let's unmute it so that there is no disturbance. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. We are coming to you live via YouTube streaming, via Facebook streaming, and also via Skype. What is a Taoist master? Tao is that which exists, that cannot be put into the words. The moment you put it, it becomes false. Out of this emerges 1,001 things, but it remains itself unmanifest. Never display and never become an exhibitionist, otherwise you will be in trouble. Do not rely on distinctions, comparison, and talent when you deal with the seekers. Why? Why is it so? Why you do not need to rely on distinctions, comparison, and talent when you're dealing with people? It is so simple because every person, everyone is an egoist. And if you depend on your talent, you will be in trouble because you will create enemies. If you depend on distinctions, you will be in trouble because all around you there will be enemies. Nobody wants you to be superior to them. Indeed, no one. I have heard once Mullah Nasruddin came to a sheikh and he was very excited. And he said, "You have to help me." The Sufi sheikhs asked him, "What is the matter? Why do I have to help you?" He said, "I feel terrible. It is awful. Recently I have been developing an inferiority complex. Help me. Do something that this inferiority complex disappears." The sheikh said, "Tell me something more about it. Something more about it. Why are you developing an inferiority complex?" Mullah said, "Recently I have been feeling that everybody is as good as I am. I am feeling inferiority complex because recently I have been feeling that everybody is as good as I am. Whenever you show your talent, you are showing that the other is not as good as you are, and the others will feel offended. Remember, the prince is offended just by a monkey swing in the tree. The monkey sways in the tree freely. Remember, the prince is offended just by a monkey swaying in the tree. If you show your distinction, if you say that you are something, and if you try to prove your talent in any subtle ways, everybody will be offended and they cannot forgive you then. Certainly they will not forgive you, but they will take revenge from you. With every man of distinction, the masses take revenge. This is how Jesus was crucified, because the masses could not tolerate his superiority. The masses could not tolerate his superiority. And indeed, he was superior. He had something of the beyond in him. The flower has blossomed. Its fragrance and beauty was surrounding him. They could not tolerate this man of quality and substance. He was extraordinary, so they had to kill him. Athens could not tolerate Socrates. He was rare, a rare phenomenon. One of the most unique minds ever born, so penetrating that there was no comparison. Athens could not tolerate him, and everyone felt offended. Chuang Tzu says, do not rely on talent when you deal with men. Remain hidden. Lalaji Ramchandra Ji used to say that the moment a master is revealed, he becomes useless. It is only after the master is no more that people come to realize that he was such a master. I knew him only as Samaritan, a good neighbor. Everyone thought Lalaji to be a good neighbor who is ready to share his presence with anyone who is in distress. Whosoever he met on the road, he will greet them. In that, something subtle happens. That is the secondary thing. But he remained an ordinary human being. And this ordinariness was his extraordinariness. He said, when I leave this world, no one should know that a man like Ramchandra had ever walked on this earth. Socrates was a rare phenomenon, one of the most unique minds ever born, so penetrating that there is no comparison. Athens could not tolerate him. Everyone felt offended. Chuang Tzu says, do not rely on talent when dealing with the people. Do not let them feel that you are superior to them. Otherwise, you will not be of any help to them. Remain hidden. It has to be remembered that a Taoist master has never been crucified or poisoned. No, Sufi master Al-Ilaj Mansoor was crucified, was killed. Never, because they never rely on talent. They never say that they are distinct and different from you. He says, I am one like you. They never say that they are higher, more divine, or more holier than you. They never say any such thing. They behave in such a way that everybody around him will feel that they are superior to them. A person meets a Taoist master on the road. He feels that he is superior to him. Chuang Tzu himself lived such an ordinary life and such a beautiful life that nobody ever suspected that he was a man of very extraordinary dimensions. Chuang Tzu himself lived such an ordinary life and such a beautiful one that nobody even suspected that here is a man of very extraordinary dimensions. All these things have to be inner. There is no need for outer dimensions to it. Certainly there was no need. He would pass through villages, and villages could not even become aware that Chuang Tzu had passed. They will not know at all. They will not become aware that Chuang Tzu had just passed. This is how a master is. Sufi Raghuvar Dayal used to say, the moment a Sufi is revealed, he is indeed worthless. Why do I have to exhibit my talent? It is only after the master is no more that people come to know about him. All talent is recognized posthumously. All talent is recognized posthumously. Once it happened that it always happens so. The people around the master like to advertise. He is a master, he is a guru. And at this, Sufi Brajmohan Lal used to say that you want to publicize me. When someone goes to buy an ordinary object, ordinary item, maybe a clay pitcher, maybe a clay diya, lamp, or anything, what you do you buy it blindly? You test it, you check it from all sides. So when you advertise about a master, people will like to inquire, can you do miracles? Can you do this? Can you do that? And there comes, like when you buy a clay pitcher, you knock at the pitcher, there is a particular sound. And with the sound you recognize, you realize that it is wholesome. And then the trouble comes in. Once it happened that the emperor heard about Chuang Tzu from some source, and the rumor was that he was a wise man. So he sent his prime minister in search of him. But where to find Chuang Tzu, that was the problem. Chuang Tzu had no home, no address. He was a constant wanderer. Chuang Tzu used to say, if you stay in one place, it is difficult to hide. People will start suspecting because you have something of the beyond. The fragrance and the beauty will manifest, and you cannot hide. If you have a rose garden, whosoever is passing by it, the fragrance reaches their nostril. They are struck with awe. They visit the garden. They are captivated with the beauty of the flower. So, because you have something around you and they will suspect, and by they will become aware. So before anyone becomes aware, leave them, move to another place, otherwise you will be in trouble. So he was a constant wanderer, no address, no home where to find. But they tried and tried. When the emperor orders, it has to be fulfilled. It has to be tried. They asked many Taoist teachers where to find Chuang Tzu. He was the disciple of Lao Tzu. The lineage goes Lao Tzu, Chuang Tzu, Li Tzu. They said very difficult, nobody knows. He moves like a wind, unknown like a cloud, and his whereabouts are mysterious, unknown. But you go, and if some villager says that there is a man here who is absolutely ordinary, then catch that man. He will certainly be Chuang Tzu. This is the Taoist teacher said. If you go and some villager says that there is a man who is absolutely ordinary, then catch that man. He will certainly be Chuang Tzu, and they found him in that way. The search was complete. In a village, some people reported, yes, there is a man who had just come to this village. Absolutely ordinary. You cannot find a more ordinary one than him. When asked where he was, they said he was fishing on the bank of the river. Fishing on the bank of the river. They went there and said to Chuang Tzu, the emperor had inquired about you, and we have been searching for you. Would you like to come to the court? Would you like to become a member of the court? Advisor to the king? Chuang Tzu said, wait. Chuang Tzu said, wait, let me think. And the next day when they came to ask him, he was not found in that village. When they came next day to look for him, Chuang Tzu was not found in that village. He had escaped. People had suspected that they had come to know a man of Tao moves absolutely without any identity. Why? It is because if you show talent, then people cannot forgive you. People can forgive fools. Who bothers about fools? Who bothers about ordinary person? But everyone remembers the recognized ones. It is because if you show talent, then people cannot forgive you. People can forgive fools. Certainly they cannot forgive the wise men. That is why Jesus was crucified, Socrates was poisoned, and Al-Hilaj Mansur was hanged. If you feel so utterly inferior before a Jesus or a Socrates, how can you forgive him? This is the very human nature. This is the essence of the egoism. It is natural. You will make a concerted attack, a combined one. You will all make a concerted attack to kill that man. That's why the Roman emperor, in consultation, in conspiracy with Pontius Pilate conspired to kill Jesus. Pontius was helpless. It is natural you will make concerted attack. You will all make a combined effort to kill that man. Then you will feel that a burden has been thrown. Jesus is so superb. If he just stands by your side, just Jesus is standing next to you, you will feel inferior. Just Jesus is standing next to you, you will feel inferior. He has to hide himself. This teaching is very basic, yet essential for you. This is how a Taoist master is. He conceals his identity, remains in ordinary, that he can fit in the very framework of the society. Nobody bothers about him. This teaching is very basic. How a Taoist master is. What is a Taoist master? Very ordinary and yet extraordinary, hidden. This teaching is very basic yet essential core for every master, that he has to be ordinary. What was the problem with why Osho was attacked? Because everyone in front of him feel offended because of his radiance, because of the fragrance that was emitting out of him, the beauty that was surrounding him. He could not be tolerated by the fundamentalists. He was killed. He was attacked, conspired. So, a master has to hide himself. This teaching is very basic yet essential. Only this much for this morning. Until tomorrow, take care. This broadcast begins 6 o'clock Eastern time, but because currently the clocks are set 1 hour behind, so it is 5 o'clock in United States of America. In Indian subcontinent, it is 3:30 in the afternoon, the same day. Europe is 6 hours ahead of the Eastern time. So you can locate the time and try to be in time. So you can hear the essence of the message. However, this live streaming will be available on Facebook timeline and various other groups. And also the video will be available maybe in next 10 minutes on YouTube. So until then, take care and do have a pleasant day.